What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This video is just discussing the latest changes to Shadowy Disguise, which is the invisibility for update 44, which is going to be the latest update upcoming. And I didn't actually notice this at first because generally I do 1-bar ganking builds. I have done a couple of 2-bar ganking builds, but they're generally 1-bar with the Oaken Soul. And this is just showing you here as well that I've got an upcoming 2-bar ganking build coming. Like I said, I've done a few before, but I didn't notice that because of the changes to Shadowy Disguise, 2-bar ganking is going to become even easier. It's essentially a buff. So as you can see, I'm just sort of running around showcasing the invisibility. That you can see it's draining the stamina. The magicka, sorry. But what I'll show you in a minute here is that when you are swapping and bar swapping, it stays active, which you couldn't get before with the Shadowy Disguise. It would only last for 3 seconds, so you'd have to keep reapplying it and reapplying it. So basically, when you are pre-buffing on your back bar for ganking, you don't have to press the Shadowy Disguise and try and do it all really quickly. You've got more time and more allowance now because of the toggle, providing you have a reasonable magicka bar, of course. So normally I would buff up quickly. You'd press, say, like your rally, your race against time, and then you press the cloak button because it would only last them 3 seconds. So now you can press it on the back bar and you've got more time to then go to your front bar and then do the gank. So as you can see here, I will showcase it here, that I will be bar swapping. As you can see, the bar swap, it's still active, so that's what it means. So basically you're going to have more time to buff up. You haven't got to rush the gank as much, which is good news for 2-bar ganking, because like I said, I'm releasing a 2-bar gank and I did notice this. So you haven't got that 3 seconds to hit your gank before you lose the cloak. You can apply your buffs on the back bar and then hit cloak, or you could even hit cloak first, then apply the buffs, as long as they don't pull you from cloak, the buffs themselves, which I don't think rally or race against time does, which are the general ones I would press before going into a 2-bar gank and going onto the front offensive bar. So this is actually good news, provided the toggle actually works correctly as it should. You know, obviously with Cyrodiil lag and stuff, could be some problems, but I would definitely be testing them when the actual patch goes live. But yeah, so basically that's the video in a nutshell, that you have more time to pre-buff on the back bar and then go into your gank on the offensive bar, rather than only having a very small window, because like I said, you'd have to apply them all and then hit Shadowy Disguise and then it'd be counting down in 3 seconds. You've got a bar swap, then say maybe go into a heavy attack or basically do your combo. So you're going to have, instead of 3 seconds, you potentially got 5 to 10 seconds now. So it's going to make ganking on 2 bars much, much easier, which is good news. But just bear in mind that the recovery, if you are moving, it will still count down and to disable it. So just bear that in mind. But it should be a lot easier to gank on the 2-bar now. Even with the 1-bar, it might be better, but it's definitely a direct buff to 2-bar ganking. So like I said, stay tuned, guys, because I'm releasing a 2-bar gank. This is going to incorporate with the new Shadowy Disguise. So it's going to be really, really good. So you haven't got to wait them, you haven't got to do everything quickly in 3 seconds, super, super fast, and that allows more room for like mucking it up, basically. So now you could say have 5 to 10 seconds, a bit more leniency on getting your buffs up quickly and then getting the gank in. You haven't got a really crazy rush. You can always crouch as well, but sometimes that isn't always an option. You do actually want to be in stealth, so that's nice that it does retain that on the back bar and and swap in bars, providing you're not hitting a skill that pulls you out of stealth. So that's the end of the video, guys. Hopefully it's helpful to you, and like I said, I will be dropping the 2-bar gank as well. Drop this video a like. Any comments, drop in the comments section below, and I'll see you in the next video.